Good morning, my name is Peter Jackson and I live in Tairua. I'm a retiree and I come to you this morning with a problem that's far greater than COVID or the cannabis referendum. I'm talking about the ocean. That belongs to New Zealanders, all New Zealanders. Our current regime has been set up in 1985 under the QMS quota management system, and it's not working and isn't working anywhere else in the world. In silence we are saying it's okay, hence the reason I'm bringing it to your attention today. If we don't do anything about it, the rape of our oceans will continue to the point that there will be no return. I have been involved in the ocean, boating, diving, fishing, etc. all my life. I've never seen the ocean in such a state as it is now. If you travelled 20 nautical miles 20 years ago, you would have seen a workup or two, where fish are feeding on white-baited krill and it appears the water's boiling. In the last 2 years, I've travelled 2,800 nautical miles in this time. I've only seen 2 reasonable sized workups. This is because under the current regime of quota management system, there is no limit as to how many of these fish can be taken. Hence the reason I call it rape. Secondly, the industry is using spotter aircraft because they have taken so many of these species, they cannot find them effectively in any other way. This is not only affecting the fisheries, it's also affecting the bird life, the small commercial fishermen, and you and I. The fisheries in New Zealand are owned by basically 10 large companies. They were gifted the quota management system and now they govern the QMS. This is wrong. The ocean belongs to everybody in New Zealand and not 10 large companies. Financially, New Zealanders are getting a very raw deal on this huge resource of protein, as most of the fish are sold overseas, sometimes at a very light rate, like $1 a kg. The other thing that's happening is the dumping of fish by the commercial fisheries. This is done because it's either the wrong target species, or they haven't got the quota for them, or the fish are damaged. This is in the thousands of tonnes. This is one of the many reasons why the commercial industry in New Zealand have done everything they can to not allow cameras on board their vessels. Anyone who has spent any time on the ocean will have seen this waste. All the major species are in decline. We are talking serious decline. The way we are commercially fishing also needs to be addressed. Ministry of Primary Industries are not serving New Zealand as well. MPI latest report on their website was dated 2017, and David Turner, when being questioned about it, and particularly around the fallacy of the report, he turned around and said, we don't use that information, that's the information the scientists in New Zealand are giving him, because we use information on the abundance of fisheries. So they're not listening to the scientific evidence, they're using spotter planes to say there's an abundance. Not good enough. If I could say anything to New Zealanders, I would say, wake up. If we continue to ignore this, it will be at our peril. If you want further evidence on this, get online and go to YouTube and look at Mike Barner's documentary that he put together called The Price of Fish. This clearly highlights the problem. It's an outstanding documentary on our reality, yet nothing has been done. Legacy is another great organisation and needs to be the voice on these issues. They also have an abundance of information. Get behind them and support them so we can have one voice to government. What can we do about it? Not a lot. But in silence we're saying it's okay, and it's not. It's all about protecting our greatest protein resource and maintaining our oceans at a sustainable level of fish, and looking after the rights of New Zealand people. Therefore, I would ask that you would share this for awareness, support Legacy, and write to your MP, or better still, in this current climate, see them and talk to them about the unsustainability of our current regime. I would ask New Zealanders not to drop the ball on this one, because we all want New Zealand-owned fisheries that are sustainable and that our grandsons will be able to go and catch a fish.